You see, kids, this is exactly what happens when you allow the government to assume prerogatives that the Constitution never gives to it. Back when I was a conservative Republican, we were hung up on a thing called judicial activism. We did not want judges making up doctrines that were not in the Constitution itself. We did not want them concocting a bunch of laws. We wanted them to leave the lawmaking power to Congress, like the Constitution says. But then again, they wanted government to do all sorts of things, and well, government needed to, and so then when it was convenient for conservatives, they liked it. The fact is, all the judicial activism is conservative judicial activism. It's one process after the next of government assuming roles and assuming powers that the Constitution doesn't prescribe. People wanted immigration laws, or at least conservatives did, but the Constitution doesn't authorize Congress to pass immigration laws. So the Supreme Court said, well, that's the sort of thing that governments have the power to do, and this is a government, therefore it can do it. See, that just turns the whole thing on its head. The Constitution was supposed to be one of delegated powers. And if the government doesn't have the power given to it in the Constitution, then it needs to amend the Constitution if it's so important. You can't just concoct powers. And so we get this judicially created doctrine of civil and now criminal immunity for presidents. Do you know who has immunity under the Constitution? Congress, because Article 1 says so. Article 2 doesn't say anything about immunity for the president because the founders did not want us to be ruled by a king, by an arbitrary dictator. And guess what we've got now, folks? We have got presidents who can do whatever they want and the law can't stop them. The president is, as of today, literally above the law. Here's the tyranny you were all talking about. Here's the thing you were worried about. And there it is, and you're not going to do anything. We're just going to sit back and let it happen. President Biden could now officially stop this coup d'etat. He could officially arrest the ringleader and exile him. He could officially deal with this rebellion exactly as Lincoln did in the Civil War, but he's not going to. Because Democrats don't seem to see what's going on. They don't seem to see that the Republic is just slipping away right under our feet. And now that power will be sitting there waiting for dictator Trump. Complete civil and criminal liability for all his official acts, nowhere specified in the Constitution, 100% concocted by judges within my lifetime. And that is going to be the so-called Constitution that the rest of you folks have to live under. It's intolerable. It has to be fixed. We have to demand it. Only Congress could fix it. You're wasting your time if you think President Biden is going to do anything. Congress needs to step up and fix this problem. We need to amend the Constitution to make it clear that the president is not above the law. Otherwise, what's the civics lesson for? We can't tell any other country in the world about our beautiful system of the rule of law where nobody's above it, because that isn't true anymore.